we just found a nice DVD.
Bruh. Wow.
So I often get asked how I find so many good DVDs when I'm thrifting, and it's actually pretty simple. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm pulling DVDs that look unfamiliar to me, look a little weird, obscure maybe. Mainly horror movies, Hallmark movies, but really just anything that looks odd, like Odyssey. Never seen that before. The truth is about thrifting for DVDs is 95 out of 100 DVDs are going to be totally junk and worth nothing, but you will find that one DVD eventually that ends up making it all worth it. And this is kind of a no-brainer, but always check those cases, because as you can see right there, that one was missing. The more you start to look for DVDs, the easier it's going to get for you to recognize common versus uncommon DVDs. Now, unfortunately, most of those DVDs weren't really worth anything, but I did come over here to the toys and found these cool G.I. Joe vintage toys from the 80s. They weren't really worth much, so I put them back, but $2.99 is not a bad price. I thought this die-cast Scooby-Doo monster truck might be worth something, so I looked it up, and it ended up being worth about 50 to 60 bucks. I thought this looked like kind of a unique looking toy, but I looked it up and it wasn't really worth that much, so I ended up putting it back. And this item right here, I have no idea what it was, but it also wasn't worth picking up. This item really surprised me. I looked at this doll and it ended up being a rare doll, a Babysitter's Club doll, and it goes for about $100 to $150 used, so not bad. $2.99 for these two My Little Pony Sea Ponies. They go for about $15 a piece. The sell-through rate was pretty bad on this item, so I didn't get it, but it was a pretty cool looking pattern. Classic Goodwill, trying to charge $300 for a used rug doctor. It's now the next day and we're back at Goodwill again, and found this Power Rangers sword toy. $2.99 again. Everything seems to be $2.99. Goes for about 25 to 30 bucks. And I found another decent DVD. Plush also do pretty well for me if I get the right ones. I always take a look. Usually don't find much, but sometimes I find some decent ones, so always keep an eye out. This electronic football game is a retro remake from 2014, and it actually has some good value, and it goes for around $30 to $50. So believe it or not, this DVD right here is a $150 DVD. Another $2.99 item. I don't know what's with Goodwill today. Second day. It's a Saturday, middle of Saturday, 3 o'clock. Just scored again at the Goodwill. I have a lot of complaints about Goodwill, but man, it's the #1 thrift store where I find the most amount of stuff, so yeah. We're over here waiting at Walgreens. Just got done with our first pickup, paid $52 for a big old Wii lot, a bunch of games. Nothing insane, but I'll make at least a double up on the stuff, so not bad. Patrick's thrift store, aka the Mission Avenue. I got this HP photo paper. It goes for about $25 to $30. It says $2, but he only charged me 27 cents, so not bad there. And we're just waiting for our last Facebook Marketplace pickup before we head to Goodwill today. We're picking up a VHS player by JVC. It's a good model, and this model in particular goes for around, I want to say 130, and it's just a standard VHS player. So I think it's some kind of special recording unit. So paying $10 for that, so that should be a pretty good bit of profit there. So we just secured the VHS player, and she threw in the remote too, so that's going to add some value. It's a S3911U model. This thing goes for around $140, I believe, if it works. She said it works, so even if it doesn't work, it should sell for like 60, 70 bucks, so $10, not bad. And here we go, Magnavox DVD recorder. Yeah. Well, did you see what these are worth? Yeah. One of the weirder things about it's flipped, but 50 cents a piece. There's like 10 or 11 of them. And guess how much they go for?
I have no idea.
About $35 a piece.
Wow.
Yeah. So I didn't realize this at the time, but these are actually a part of a big set. They do go for about 35 a piece on their own, but they're actually part of a set, and the full set's here, and the full set goes for $250 and up. So that's a very good score. Got this Office Jet Pro printer. Just gonna toss that probably. Actually, Josh, you're wrong. Well, I was gonna throw away the printer, but I looked it up. It's like 130, 140 bucks. Yeah. It's like $30 ink. Paid $5, so. And a Magnavox DVD recorder, so. And like my 20th Wii Fit board, so.
It's not worth it. We just buy the whole new thing for $20.
Found this Canon for $2.99. Goes for about 50 if it works, and about 20 for parts. Saw these vintage Polly Pockets. I've never actually bought any Polly Pockets before, but I know they're worth money. I should get some pretty good money for this lot. $3.99, not bad at all. And I kind of regret buying these Fortnite figures, but I'll lot them together. I'll probably make 20 bucks. I don't know. $3.99 is okay. Someone donated like 9,000 projectors here, but go figure every single one was priced at like 50 and up, so go figure with Goodwill. This is kind of cool. You can't even make this stuff up. As I was going to check out, I saw this truck and they wanted $100 for it. I can't stand Goodwill sometimes. Alright, we're back at home. Got all the Wii stuff here. We're gonna check out the Wii and see if there's a bonus game inside. So everybody I've seen always seems to have the best success with Wii consoles and finding bonus disc on the inside. And they're always finding like Mario's and Wii Sports. I almost never even get a Wii Play bonus game. There's almost never anything in these. Out of all the Wiis I've tested and bought in the past, I think the best game I found was Mario Kart one time. And I think I found Wii Sports once. But, let's see if there's anything in here. I heard the... Okay, there's got to be a disc inside. Oh boy. That's a rarity for me. Yep. Alright, let's see what we get. Wii Sports, come on. Please. Hey, alright. I'll take that. Sweet. Alright, that's actually really surprising. I was just talking about how I never find Mario's. That's awesome. Alright, well that's an easy $14. Just isn't too bad. Awesome. As long as the Wii works, looks like it will. Yeah, that turned out awesome. Found this vintage Kodak Carousel 4600 projector. It's 20 bucks. It's actually a really good model. It goes for about $130 pretty easily. I ended up hooking my friend Jeremy up with his projector. He likes dealing with them. I don't typically like dealing with shipping projectors or testing them, but he does all the time, so we ended up just doing a trade for some old video game posters, and he got the projector. I grabbed this bowling ball with the vintage 70s retro bag. The bowling ball doesn't really go for anything, but it fits me, so I might just keep it. But the bag itself goes for 30, so not bad for 2 bucks. Oh boy, my hand is getting sore, but I'm gonna drop it. Got all this stuff. Turtle big red farm tractor too. Farm truck, not tractor.
He's getting it.
Oh yeah. Not too bad. 50 cents. Vintage CTX color monitor. $7.99. It's not too bad of a price. It's a PL5 model, so might take a while to sell, but it should do pretty well for me. Throw it back here with all my other big junk I bought today. We're on the way to pick up a $400 to $500 TV I got for $1, but it weighs like 1 trillion pounds, so we'll see how it goes. It's gonna be a pain in the butt to ship, but if I can get $400 to $500, I'm not complaining.
They're gonna fall and break, man.
Okay, I got it. There you go. Put your balls in there. Anyway, we got this Magnavox. Actually, it's a Toshiba, not Magnavox. It's definitely not the lightest thing ever, but believe it or not, if it works, it's worth $400 to $500. Not bad. It was on Echo Dot. What's that? See how much that is.
The black case.
Probably nothing. Not bad for $7.99. It's missing 2 discs, I think, but I think it'll still be. I was actually wrong. It wasn't missing any disc, so I should be able to get about 35 bucks for it. So not bad.
This. He dropped it, and then it resulted in that crack damage right there.
Indeed. Yeah, I dropped it on the way out. A little bit embarrassing, but you know,
He's stupid.
it is what it is. But hey, we got a really nice 11 lamp. All right. Well, here is Shepherd. Yeah. Well, now here's the TV. Shepherd's dipping, but yeah, this thing right here is a really nice TV. Ugh. Okay, it is a MW20H63, just like I thought. The only one of these listed right now has 5 watchers, a bunch of views, and they want $870 for it. Will they get that? I highly doubt it. There hasn't been a sold one that high as far as I know, but there is multiple $400 to $500 sold comps. So this is a very nice item right here. These old TVs, a lot of people think they're worth absolutely nothing, but they are, especially you get the VHS and DVD combos, recording that is, these are worth a lot of money. All right, we have it hooked up. We are going to test it and see if it works. Now, hopefully it works. It's been sitting in the back of my car for like 3 days now, but I finally brought it down the stairs. Took some work, but you know what, we got it. Now let's hope this thing is not for nothing. We only paid $1, but it'd really be a bummer if it didn't end up even turning on. Without further ado, let's check it out. Here's power. There's that static. So it does turn on. It's in pretty nice shape too for how old it is. Let's see if the DVD and VHS player works. So got a classic The Simpsons movie. Let's test it. Alright, eject works good. Nice and clean and smooth. That's really good. Alright, let's see if we have anything on the screen. Hear it booting up in there. Might have to switch the channel here. Hey, there we go. Awesome. You don't see these. You don't get to see the old picture quality on these things like you used to. Or on newer TVs like you used to. On these older ones. Then we gotta test the VHS player. Alright, we got our VHS. Let's pop it in and see if it works. Alright. Takes the VHS. Hopefully it doesn't spit it out. So far so good. There we go. Awesome. Easily $400 to $500. Like, I think we'll probably get more than that if I'm being completely honest, so yeah. Not a bad little find. $7.99. I found this cool little cube display statue. I'm gonna try to turn it into a bunch of game cubes stacked on top of each other. I think it'll be pretty cool when I'm done. $3.99, I had to pick it up. So what'd you get?
I got the Doc Martens. Hardly even used. There's stickers on the inside. Just, $18.
What do they go for?
Right around 100.
Yeah, at least $130 between there probably. There's some closer to the $200 mark, but probably won't get quite that much. And I just got nothing much. Found this Bose radio for only $4. Great price. If it works, goes for about 80 to 100. For parts, should be able to get about $50 at least. It's a pretty good item.
There it is. Shoes. Nothing really.
The VHS players have really good sell-through rates. This Electrolux Epic Series nozzle head was a very good find. Even for parts, it goes for like $60. If it works, it goes for an easy $120. Surprised I found two of those. Me too, Josh. That's why you always want to go back and double check. I almost didn't go back there and double check the vacuum parts, and right before I left, I ended up checking. So. Yeah, $10 for all this stuff. It's pretty good. Say that again.
That looks like Josh.
Like me, bruh?
Mm-hmm.
Nah, looks like you.
No.
Found a few DVDs. Nothing insane, but
Oh, brother! This guy stinks!
another WWE. Surprisingly, this game. DCJ 2. Going into my collection. These aren't bad though. I'll get those.
Damn!
$10, not bad.
I don't even know what this is. It just got my...
What is it?
I don't know.
I checked that.
Bruh.
And $1.99. Might pick this up. Thought this thing was kind of cool. Wish I would hold it up. Oh yeah. $1.99. Might be good. We'll see.
Maybe.
There goes my receipt. Got a good amount of stuff today.
Too much.
Yeah, a lot more big stuff. I need to deal with the big stuff I already have before I'm buying more big stuff. But as you can see, I do not. Well, Shepard knows more than I do. I don't learn my lesson. Do you like staying in Goodwill for 45 minutes?
Absolutely not.
Oh boy. Singer for $10. It's a very nice model. Model goes for about $200 if it works. If it doesn't, like $100 or so for parts. So either way, for $2.99, I'm not gonna complain. We hit a tumbleweed. Put your carts back, people. So we're at Walmart checking the clearance, and I found all these printer toners on sale for $20 a piece. I ended up getting all the 067 models, and I put the others back. But 20 bucks a piece, I already flipped them all together for 300 bucks. These Shogun Godzilla figures are pretty cool. Only $7 a piece. I picked them all up except for the two that were already opened. I already sold 4 of them together in a lot for $90, and I'm gonna list the other ones individually for 25 a piece. These WWE figures are hidden back here, but they have a really good sell-through rate. This one's only $10.42 and the other one's $11.16, but unfortunately this one was a little bit too damaged. So I do end up putting this one back, but I grabbed the one that's $10.42. Now this Canon Pixma ink was marked down to $4 a piece. Great price, marked down from $20. There's 8 of them and I already flipped them all together for $118. You can almost never go wrong with printer ink. It almost always sells really well. Alright, look at that. Paid in full. 700. Where is it? There it is. 749.17. We got a lot of expensive teddy bears. Really quick look. These things are a lot bigger than I thought they were gonna be. But they go for $300 to $500 a piece, so we should do pretty good. Not the small ones, but the ones in the box are $300 to $500 a piece. And then we got these caster, which they're in very nice shape, and I think this one right here should bring me around $300 at least. So that one maybe $100, $150. So I paid a grand total of $386, and I got, don't even know what this is. Guns for Sean Sebastian. Yeah, never heard of it, but or San Sebastian. And this one, the cheapest one on eBay was like 19 plus shipping, and it had 5 watchers. So, and my local Goodwill started selling these preferred customer cards, 10% off the entire year, and it was only 10 bucks, so it was a no-brainer. Well, just spent $200 on a brand new shelving rack and a bunch of totes to store my inventory, so see how it looks when it's done. Yeah, it's a very large shelf, 71 by 79 by 24, and it's an all metal rack shelving unit. So 4 racks, and each one holds up to 1,000 pounds, it says. So that'll go against the wall here, and it'll be strictly electronics on that. And then over here will be another shelf for totes. So this thing is about to blow. Let's see, just one more good cut. And there we go. So this is already a long video, but I'm gonna just end with this. I'm gonna show you my new shelving units. They're all put up. This, believe it or not, this is only like 70% of my electronics. But yeah, we're just stacked to the brim with DVD player, VHS players, all Bose radios, like just crazy. But they're looking really nice. I'm really enjoying how they came out. Don't ask me why I have 42 Wii Fit boards, but yeah, so now the fun part is listing everything. So hopefully we can get that done soon. But yeah, I just have a bunch of my packaging paper and bubble wrap just thrown back there. So yeah, it's looking really nice.